Hello, Taurus. Welcome to your reading with me, Cindy. So, Taurus, we're going to do an energy check-in, my friends. We're going to see what your past, present, and future energies are. What's going on with you right now? I'm going to use my Energy Oracle deck. I'm going to use my oldest tarot. It is the Tarot of, what's this called again? How did I lose the name? Oh, you have the Devil. The Devil stole my thoughts. It's, modern day spellcasters, or modern spellcasters, I think is what it's called. And then I have the teeny tiny, look at that, struggling with my words. That Eight of Wands kind of represents that. Teeny tiny everyday witch deck. So Taurus, my bovine babies, let's get started. Let's see what your past, present, and future energies are for Taurus. Past, present, and future energies. For Taurus, past, present, and future energies for Taurus. In the past, Taurus, healer of the ages. I'm here actually, yeah, I could say that there's something that you were healing in yourself, but it's kind of funny. I feel like you were healing, doing something for others with this. Kind of being the light for others in some capacity. I'm just seeing the hands. It's reminding me of a mediator right now, like kind of being in between on two sides. So it's interesting. Yeah, I'm really picking up mediator energy. So resolving some sort of issue. And it was like you were the go-between. You were the mediator. So let's see how this goes. So currently, attachment. Are you removing yourself from that position? Or is this something else completely, something else in your life that you're thinking of like removing yourself from? I want to say completely because this is a very gray, dismal, chained to something, stuck in a point in time. It feels a bit Eight of Swords. So kind of stuck. And in the future, oh, you have movement. You got some good movement in the future. That's kind of nice the way that came out. So if you're feeling like you don't have a lot of options or like you're in a waiting, I'm hearing waiting game. So if you're in some sort of a waiting game, you're about to get some good movement. Blossoming abundance. It's almost a feeling of don't give up on something, whatever that could be for you, until like it's almost like giving up on these little seedlings that you planted, and the day that you decide that's it, I'm not waiting anymore, and you throw the seeds in the dirt away, that was the day they were about to poke through the soil, right? It's like there's something that's blossoming here in your life, and it might just be a point in time. Wow, you have the Devil and the Three of Swords. So you might feel confined, restricted in some capacity, but I mean, it shows up as energy, as movement right now, action in the future. It looks like this is kind of a time for you right now to start pulling some sort of layer of yourself off, a form of attachment that you have to yourself, identity. Maybe it's this mediator energy. Could be changing your approach in things too. Like maybe you're always sort of like trying to keep both sides of a party happy, or everybody has a reason. Because I feel like with that energy, what are you left to stand for? Or what do you stand for if you're always the mediator between this side and that side? I don't know. Let's just see where this goes with the tarot cards. But it is healing in some capacity too. It could be, I mean, you could work in the medical field. You could work in some sort of spiritual healing. And it just feels as, again, being the mediator, that could be like the vessel for like divine energy to come through and to heal people, like a Reiki healing or something like that. A messenger also. Two of Wands. The Death card. Well, this is rebuilding a dream. Two of Wands, a Death card, and a Strength card. It kind of feels like some sort of dream that has come to an end. And I don't know, something that you've been working on, that you've been doing. Some sort of a dream that's come to an end. And you found your strength in it and you're ready to move on. You found your strength and you're ready to move on. You persevered. I don't know if this was a dream that you had and it's just not, didn't know. That's not going to happen. Because it doesn't look like it got past the Two of Wands. Maybe you were waiting a long time for some sort of a dream to happen here. And it just feels a bit like your strength didn't come from achieving this. It came from persevering through it. Go attachment. Temperance, definitely waiting, not moving. The Five of Pentacles and the Ace of Swords. Now this is odd. This is almost like waiting to get the news about having to move. Like having to move or having to go somewhere or having to leave a place. This is a very curious energy. You know, I would describe it as this. I'm trying to figure out, like, what is a good metaphor? What is a good kind of storyline here with what I'm picking up? Let's imagine, okay, let's imagine you're renting a place. And in the lease agreement or the rental agreement, you put a stipulation that if the place was to go up for sale, that, let's just say you love this rental. You wish it was something that you could have bought. But if this place goes up for sale, it's written in the agreement that you have first dibs on it. You have first access to putting in an offer or whatever the owner is asking to doing that. And you would own it. It's almost like you could be in. Like, it doesn't have to be that, but it just feels like, so you're sitting on this idea, this dream, because that's all it got. That's as far as it got, was to be like a dream or a possibility. And that ended. No, that's not a possibility. That's not going to happen. And so you're reborn into going in a different direction. But yet it's almost like waiting to hear about being extricated from something. But I feel like in a way that you want to be extricated from whatever this is. So I also don't know if you find yourself in a situation where maybe you're legally obligated to be in something, but you really don't want to. And you're kind of waiting to hear. It would be great to get this truth about being extricated. Freed from something that's holding you back. Or maybe you decide, that dream changes. I don't want to live here. I wouldn't know. Now that I've spent time here, no, I don't want to. But now I have a better idea about what I want for myself. And then you get the notice that, like, right now, we're talking about, like, staying on that little storyline, that the owner of what you're leasing or renting is going to sell the place. You're almost like waiting for that. It's really a funny energy. Something that you would more rather than not be removed from, but I don't know why you can't remove yourself from it. It's really curious. But then you have action in the future, so it feels like it's going to happen. The Knight of Swords. Talk about action. It's going to happen pretty quick. The Three of Swords. The Knight of Swords. Wow, this hit you right in the heart and the mind. Something's coming in pretty fast in the future that has to do with a broken heart and a lot of like mental anxiety. You have the Two of Cups of Judgment at the bottom. Well, that's okay. Hoping for really good things here. There is a sense of like hoping for some sort of a new beginning, but yet you can't give that to yourself, which is odd. There's something that feels like it's out of your control currently. Oh, this could even be too, like, let's say there's a place that you want to buy or rent, or I don't know. I'm going with like physical places because you have the Five of Pentacles. And you're waiting to hear that that person is leaving so that you can move in, or that's weird. Yeah. Let's see what the clarifiers say. I'm really curious about this now. I definitely see it as a place that you want to get out of. The Two of Wands. The Two of Wands. This is just... Oh, so many cards. Why are there... God, that's a lot of freaking cards. Taurus. Seven of Pentacles. Six of Swords. Eight of Pentacles. King of Cups. Temperance. And all this is face down. Five of Swords. Ten of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles. It's like a... I guess it could be. I don't know if it's a dream that you have about leaving a workspace and why you can't. Which is just, I guess, because you have to pay your bills. It's a really odd reading, Taurus. Again, like, look at the Five of Swords and the Ten of Pentacles with the Two of Pentacles, kind of weighing out your options. And look at, this is like a plan to get some sort of movement that has to do with your work, with the Eight of Pentacles and the Six of Swords. And the King of Cups and Temperance. It's like you have to, there's a part of yourself that you can't show in this. It's really odd. I'm not saying you're odd. I'm saying the situation seems odd. I can't, I'm actually struggling as a reader to pull on anything from my past experience to create sort of like a picture in this, but let's just keep reading the energy. The Death card. Right, this is in the past. The Healer of the Ages. The past. This came out first. The Ten of Wands and the Five of Wands. So there's, okay, so perhaps this is a place where you have a lot of responsibility. There's a lot of responsibility. You're dealing with other people's shit. Something with this Five of Wands. They're all arguing. Like, and it comes back to, it's like a boomerang. It's almost like something that you can't, like, get away. Go. Just vision came to my head, and it's the cruelest thing ever, and don't do it, and I would never do it, but it's almost like someone who has a dog or a pet, and drive it out to the woods, and the goddamn thing keeps finding its way back home, which is, yeah, it should, because you should find it a better home instead of leaving it in the woods. I think it comes back to you. Strength card. So you're ending. It's like you end up in the same place. Your ending is you end up in the same place. You're the mediator. You're in the middle of this. The Strength card. The Fool. The Nine of Swords and the Magician. The Fool, the Eight of Swords, and the Magician. Well, see, this is what reminds me of the Eight of Swords, where you are now. So your strength, okay, there's something that you couldn't let go of. It's a boomerang. In the past, I felt like you wanted to change it, and no. If you thought you could change it, it comes right back at you, and it carries with it other people's shit. So you persevere through this with the Strength card. You try to move forward. Like, okay, I'm going to think good thoughts here. The Fool, the Magician, I'm going to try to use this energy to project it forward so that I can get this new beginning. I can get a release from whatever this is. But the Eight of Swords is there. It is a little bit like trying to convince yourself of something so that it doesn't feel like your thoughts around it are what are standing in the way of you moving forward. But yet your thoughts do, because you can't convince yourself of something. I think unless you can be, I think, what's that term for like people that lie all the time? Like I think people like that, they believe their lies, so they could pass like lie detector tests and such. But I'm not picking up that energy of you being, yeah. So you're almost like you're discovering I can't convince myself of this. Temperance. So here we are now waiting. So you're waiting. And you're chained to this. It could be work. Temperance. Eight of Wands and the Three of Cups. It's literally like you're waiting to hear about something that is good news to you. You're waiting to hear this good news. And the good news to you is to be extricated from, extracted from something that you don't want to be in. I don't know why fully, but I have a feeling, I have a suspicion that it's because of a lot of shit that you carry, like other people's stuff. You're the mediator. What are you mediating? What are you mediating? Are you mediating your own drive? That's interesting. You have the Knight of Swords, the Two of Cups, and the Four of Pentacles. Okay, this is your new beginning. You're mediating your own energy. You're keeping yourself slow and steady wins the race. Because this is just like, I gotta go. I gotta go. I gotta do this. And the Two of Cups, it could mean everything to you. And the Four of Pentacles, no, not today. Not today, my friend. The Five of Pentacles. The Nine of Wands. You're waiting forever. You just... Ace of Swords. Nine of Swords, Seven of Swords. Do you have to hide that you're waiting for this? Because something's being hidden here and it's giving you mental anxiety. Okay, right? You got that over here. But that Nine of Swords is in the future with the Three of Swords and the Nine of Swords. So, what is this attachment? What are you attached to here? What has you chained up? What has Taurus chained up? Knight of Cups, Ace of Wands, Four of Cups. I feel like what's chained up here is some sort of really big emotional and creative expression of yourself. And you're missing out on like I'm hearing you're missing out on participating in your own life on some level. There's something here. You're missing out on participating in your own life. You know, that reminds me of someone, let's say it's a two-parent home and one parent works and the other one is at home. Actually, this could go either way. Because the one parent could be working all the time to provide like financial income to the home, and you know, missing the kids' play, or missing their first recital, or missing their soccer game or their hockey game because they had to work late. And then you know, you're feeling like, well, this is such a big part of my life and I'm missing out on it. And then the one who's at home, they may have given up a career and they may have lost contact with a lot of friends they had in a career. And yet they're still, like, you actually, it's interesting, isn't it? Because both of those people are missing out on a portion of life that the other one, like, yeah, it's really fascinating. So I don't know, something that you feel like you're missing out on that should be a big part of your life. This in the future is incredibly curious. This Knight of Swords, the Star. Yeah, right? Something that's should be a really big part of your life, which is like a big dream that you have for yourself. And healing, healer of the ages. Okay, this is the dream you have for yourself. And you know, like, it's almost like a soul calling. This is your inner calling, your soul. This speaks to your soul on such a profound level that it affects you mentally and emotionally. Not really, you're not really displaying like it does though. But over here, I'm thinking for you that you're getting the movement from it. And when that happens, it's going to release the mental and the emotional stress. The Three of Swords. The Emperor, the Strength card, the Hierophant, the Ten of Cups. Wow, look at this. This, oh my gosh. I mean, talk about responsibility and perseverance with the Emperor and the Hierophant. This almost feels like, you know, the Hierophant is making the rules and the regulations, and the Emperor is making sure those are followed. And then strength is in between those. Like having to be incredibly strong. Having to be incredibly strong. And then, though it feels like, because the Ten of Cups is here with the Three of Swords, is it your own emotional fulfillment is put on the back burner? Some sort of dream. Something that means a lot to you. Because in some level, though, yeah, with the mediator, I don't know. The Nine of Swords. The Page of Cups. Oh my gosh. Okay, yeah, I feel like for some of you, you've invested a lot of yourself in a particular area of your life. And there's a lot of Pentacles coming out over here in the past. And the Eight of Pentacles, the Ten of Pentacles are very prominent. So I feel like it has something to do with work and how that affects your home life, or your home life and how that affects your work. And you carry a lot of other people's burdens in the past. You're trying to be as strong as you could, persevere, self-control, guide yourself here, keep a level head, move yourself into the future, try to stay positive. And then, so here we are now. And I feel like you're still waiting. I'm going to tell you, I feel like you're still waiting with this attachment card. You're literally waiting for some sort of a message or information that would be good news to you. This would be great news because you've waited a long time for it. And boy, it's the one truth that would set you free. It's the one truth that would set you free. And then in the future, there's some sort of, okay, let's ask first. What is the action? Well, it's the Knight of Wands, and it landed right on the Nine of Wands. So it's the one thing that you've been incapable of doing that you can finally do. So that is released. It doesn't feel like it's exhausting you anymore to do this. The Knight of Wands, the Six of Pentacles, the Six of Wands. Wow, success, success. Movement towards success. Balance in your life. Yeah, because there's a sacrifice here about your wish, something for you. But I do want to say, I feel like in the future with the Nine of Swords and the Page of Cups, it feels so small. At this point, when you get to this side, your emotions are going to feel really small. Like you almost have to figure out how to build those up again. The Death card and the Six of Cups. A major ending, either in some sort of soul connection But it does seem like, because after the Death card is the rebirth, and the Six of Cups comes in after that. So some sort of ending in your life for a new beginning that speaks to your soul. That interesting, Taurus. I'm going to go do your extended. Yeah, we're going to do advice, guidance for you. Okay. Until next time, my bovine babies, be gentle with yourselves. Bye.